hopefully be a part of what's going to be the election of the first woman president of the United States. Hillary all the way.
Now, what has to be done over the next 4 days where people will walk out and say, okay, this was a successful convention?
I think people will get our marching orders. We have to win the swing states in order to make sure that she's the president of the United States. I think the messaging and what she stands for will happen over the next 4 days.
Do you think the Debbie Wasserman Schultz email scandal is going to hurt in any way?
I think at the end of the day, Democrats are going to come together. This is about her and Hillary Clinton and making sure that we don't have a Donald Trump presidency. So I think after the 4 days are over, I think we'll be fine. We'll be behind Hillary.
Well, one thing that I admire about Mrs. Clinton, unlike the Republican convention, where no one came to speak, the major leaders in the party stayed home. But in this convention, we're going to have President Obama, President Clinton, and Clinton will talk about the past, and Obama what we accomplished, and Bernie and Hillary will talk about the future. Our convention is going to be so much more inspiring. We'll also hear from First Lady Michelle Obama. Her words are so inspiring, they were quoting her at the Republican convention, non-stop. So we're going to have a better convention.
You know, I think the real scandal there is that the Russians were actually tapping our private email servers. That's probably what should be focused on. At the same time, though, I believe that, yes, there are differences and have been differences, but that's democracy. And we are an open party with an open process. And, you'll see Bernie delegates throughout this week. But at the end of the day, we know that the best candidate who's going to make historic progress for women, being the first president of the United States who is a woman, is Hillary Clinton. There's no question about it that we will all come together. Nothing surprises me with Donald Trump. He is a phony, a fraud, and a charlatan. I think the American people are going to see that too. We as New Yorkers have known that for a long time. Anybody who reads the papers, the tabloids, understands that. We have to now educate the rest of America.
What has to be done over the next 4 days in order for people to walk out and say, this was a successful convention?
Well, I think what has to be done is what we're going to see occurring. We're going to send a clear message as Democrats that we are a united party, that our agenda is actually about bringing America together, that we're stronger together. We're going to see a clear agenda about how we're going to help Americans, help them overcome the problems they have. We're going to see an equality agenda. At this convention, we're going to have the first transgender American ever speak at a convention, and that stands in stark contrast to the anti-LGBT, anti-choice platform of the Republican convention and the horrendous anti-choice, anti-LGBT record of the VP on the Democratic ticket, Tim Pence.
Yeah, I mean, we have to unite the party. Obviously, there's still a lot of division among the Bernie Sanders delegates, but at the same time, I think there's no choice versus Donald Trump. And I personally think Tim Kaine was a good choice. He's a moderate. He's a former governor, current senator, former mayor. Certainly someone who's very well qualified. And I think if you look at the qualifications of the two tickets, there's no comparison. And I think eventually the country will recognize that the Donald Trump presidency is a dangerous thing, and I think they'll all come together. I think Hillary Clinton will have a big victory.